Hey guys, welcome back. Now, my wife and I moved into this apartment about, well, a little over a year ago, and I realized that I never actually talked about my setup in my studio slash second room slash work from home office. But yeah, I do have a day job, thank God, otherwise I'd be broke. I don't just do this YouTube channel. But yeah, I do have my personal PC, that I use for gaming. When I have time to game, and that's also for my video editing workstation. And then I've got my two 4K screens here from Prism, which if you're not familiar is a brand from Singapore. I've got my keyboard, my mouse, I've got an audio interface, a SD card reader. And then on the other side, I've got my work laptop. So yes, my work laptop, my personal PC, all of that, they're both controllable by the same keyboard, by the same mouse, and they both display on the same two monitors. So how, you may wonder? I actually have a KVM switch that I got off Amazon, and that's not what I'm talking about today. This is more about what I connect my laptop to on my desk. So my work laptop is a pretty powerful one because, well, my day job kind of requires a powerful laptop, and it connects to a docking station, which is from Dell. It's a pretty old Dell docking station. It's a good one, but its age is starting to show. However, like I said, this monitor from Prism Plus, each monitor is a 4K resolution. So two of them, you're talking about two 4K screens connected to the Dell docking station. Now, this Dell docking station is actually targeted towards the office space, not really that much for home users. Most offices would have 1080p screens. And if you think about it, a single 4K screen has the same resolution of about 4 1080p screens sort of combined together. So with two, you're talking about 8 screens. And so yeah, it kind of makes sense that this Dell docking station can't really handle it. So yeah, the first time I tried, I plugged it in. What happened was the screen, it would show, but I could only get about 30 Hertz out of each screen. And when I try and move the mouse quickly or play anything quickly, it would be really jerky and just not workable. So to solve that, I actually plug in the USB-C from the Dell docking station. I plug in a separate USB-C power adapter because yes, that Dell docking station doesn't supply enough power to my powerful HP laptop. And then I plug in a mini display port and a HDMI cable directly from the monitor. And that's the only way I can get the resolution and the performance that I want. And yeah, so I've had that set up for more than a year now. So I was actually pretty grateful when Acer reached out to me. And if you're not familiar with Acer, they actually have a very special place in my heart because when I was a lot younger, I bought my very first laptop, and my very first laptop was an Acer laptop, which was brilliant and lasted me a very good 7 years. So yeah, when Acer reached out and they told me that they wanted me to review their new ODK 490, which is a Thunderbolt 4 docking station, I just couldn't say no. So in the box, you do get the docking station, you get a power adapter. Now you don't get any video cables, so you don't get any HDMI cables, you don't get any DisplayPort cables, but that's not a really big deal. You do get the USB-C cable that you need to connect the docking station to your laptop, so that's great. And of course, you get your regular manuals and a warranty card. Now, the build quality has really impressed me. It is very well built. It's a little on the light side, and I'll talk about that a bit later on. But yeah, I actually deal on the fence. Sometimes it feels like it's metal when it's cold, and then other times it kind of feels like plastic. I would probably think that it's made of plastic, but if you look at the design, it kind of looks like a giant heatsink, and I think that's intentional. It's probably designed that way to help dissipate heat because there are no fans built in. Now, in terms of I/O or ports, it is chock full of them. You get a whopping 4 USB-C ports, 3 at the back, 1 in the front. Now, the one in front, just like the ones at the back, all have a speed of about 40 gigabits per second, which is Thunderbolt 4 specifications. The one in front also provides 96 or 98 watts of power, so that was actually enough to power my laptop. I didn't need the power adapter separately, so that was great. The one at the back, the 3 at the back, is also, like I said, 40 gigabits per second speeds, but each individual one has about a power delivery of about 15 watts, so not as much as the front, but still more than enough to power your small devices like your headsets, your mobile, even your mobile phones as well. I've plugged it in and it was great. Now, for the ones at the back, those are also the ports that you would use if you want to connect a USB-C monitor as well, so that's something that you got to take note of. Another great thing is that this docking station basically supports Windows, Mac, Linux, Android, Chrome OS, it's really great. But in terms of what the operating systems would support, you should check your hardware and of course check the manual as well, because it is kind of different in terms of how you can connect and how many monitors you can connect to that specific operating system. And speaking of displays, you also get 2 HDMI 2.0 ports as well as 2 DisplayPort 1.2. Now I could be wrong about this, but from what I read, you actually use either one HDMI or the display. You don't have all 4 working simultaneously. I could be wrong about this. But yeah, you will basically have a lot of options when it comes to connecting multiple displays. Now I'm not done with the ports yet actually. It also has another 3 USB-A ports at the back, and one of them actually supports 10 gigabits per second, which is crazy. And then the other 2 each supports about 5 gigabits. And you get another USB-A port at the front that also supports 10 gigabits per second. It is crazy. And you do get another 3.5mm combo port. And finally, we have the Ethernet port at the back of the docking station, and it supports 2.5 gigabit Ethernet, right? So that's crazy, and the first docking station that I've encountered or experienced that has that. So with this being the first docking station that I've officially tested for Technobabble and for this channel, I really wanted to test it properly. So I've been using it for a couple of months, a little over 2 months actually. And I have to say, I have had no issues. I love this docking station. Like I said before, I used to plug in like a separate HDMI, separate mini DisplayPort, or them directly to the laptop because the old Dell docking station couldn't handle it. This one, everything is connected to the docking station. The keyboard, the mouse, my 2 4K screen monitors, which essentially, like I said, is 8 1080p screens, right? My Ethernet, everything is going to my laptop via a single USB-C. So is there anything I don't like about it? Well, no, not really. What I would say is because of the weight of all of the cables that are plugged into the back, if I push the docking station to the edge of the back of the table, it would actually lift up. I would have to bring it forward a bit for it to be laying flat, which is, again, it's not a deal breaker. It is because the docking station is so light. All right, so let's talk about the price. Now, I know I'm pretty late to the Black Friday game right now, but on Amazon.com, you can actually get it for about $240 US, which is a promo right now because of Black Friday. And I honestly think that right now, that's a fantastic price. The ones that aren't as powerful as this are about the same price. So honestly, it's a no-brainer. So yeah, honestly, I have no major complaints, or really no complaints at all about this Acer ODK 490 docking station. And because of that, it is going to get a full 5 out of 5 stars and a Technobabble recommended logo. All right, and that about wraps up my review of the Acer ODK 490 Thunderbolt 4 docking station. Now, if you like this video, you know what to do, and I would love it if you are subscribed to our channel and hit the bell icon to receive notifications on our next video. I'm JP, and I'll see you real soon.